in my teeth. I don't mean it. Feeling myself, feeling my knees. Feel like repercussions ain't gon' ever catch me. Heard what I said, and I can't help it. I ain't never gonna rest, never gonna test me, check me. I need you here for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you hurt by me. I need. Okay, yeah, I'm a touchdown in the matrix. Yeah, shawty send me your location. 120 on the freeway speeding. Big checks, blue pills, I'm feeding. Young boy finna do my thing. Get the FBI, put a case on me. Feel like everything gon' cave on me. Shawty, hold on, have faith in me. You don't wanna, no, I gotta, but I gotta. You don't wanna, like you wanna see her every day. She just wants somebody for the night. You call, I'll be on my way. Hard to love me when you got nothing to chase. She just wants somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Hey, run it up no more. Hey, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Hey, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Hey, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Sighting, she be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Hey, been there and I never been the same. Been there, but I'm not the one to blame. I just need somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Hey, run it up, I'm mobbing. Hey, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Hey, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Hey, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Piece of me, piece of my, took some time. I'm just reaping what I sow, so for sure. Brand new house, that's just for me and my boss. Secure, 4x4, G6 sleep on my hands. Unknown friend, pay for keys, can't pay for checking me. In the back when the windows turn. Yeah, 'cause they know tonight. Yeah, they know tonight.
Morning Discord, good morning YouTube. Let's get into it. I'm not feeling too well today, so I might not talk that much, but I do see that we're kind of in this range right here, so I want to see which way we break, if we go to the upside or the downside. Let's use VWAP today. We're right at VWAP, so let's see if we get a rejection underneath or if we get above.
for kids, can't pay for the time. Is it me or no? Is it me or no?
Let's see how much we pull back here.
Is it me? Is it me or
I was just gonna buy a put too, and I hesitated. Can't FOMO in now. I hesitated. I was gonna go for the gamble, early morning gamble, but I hesitated. It's all good. We'll just stick to the plan.
Shawty keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch modes, only switch things in sports, that's fact. I ain't pay notice. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she gave no love for me. Oh, yeah. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she moves so sexually.
Yeah, I'm really mad I didn't grab that put.
Is it me or no? Is it me or no? Is it me or no? Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip.
Oh man. It's all good. It's all good.
No matter where I throw it, you know it's gonna stick. Shawty isn't me, no babe. Shawty isn't me, no yeah. Is it me or no? Is it me or no? Is it me or no? Is it me or no?
Let's see if we get below 598.81. Start making it resistance. Otherwise, until then, we're just stuck in this range right here.
All the greed and the lust, cause you want a piece of the pie, all that shit is bleeding me dry, I don't want your piece in the rest, hold it down for me, these I like bitches all the time, these days I ain't even gon' lie, don't let me down, I've been throwing these hundreds on a dime, spent 7 on that ring, no wedding vows, all that smoking made me tired, 22's a call it Tyra and Mariah, talk about my lows and all my highs, I'm trying to see the light, this shit is quiet.
All right, we got the 5 nearby. If we get underneath 598.81, and we start forming this as some type of resistance, like this, then the next target is going to be 597.11, which might line up with the 5 by the time we get here. Oh man, I got FOMO from this second candle. I knew I wanted to buy a put, especially when it came all the way back up here. It looks so nice. It's okay. Yeah, sorry about my voice. I'm not feeling too well.
I can never get it too close, cause she heard I got it on me, couldn't pull it up like me, shit, now she tryna load my phone, shit, booth going ghost. Nah, now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Yeah.
Fresh out the scene, bitch, I'm the best out the scene. Bulletproof if you know what I mean. Lately I just been questioning things. How you wanna stay with me for nights? Baby, I just wanna treat you right. Yeah, I'm thinking late through the night. And baby, you can stay if you like. Ain't no stress in this stretch legs. Baby, know I'm different. Hit my text when you downstairs. You know that I'm different than your ex. Stress less. That's my problem now. You got me thinking about you every time I'm out
Shawty
around.
wants to start trying to know me. I can never get it too close. Cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit. Now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Yeah.
Okay, so if it breaks this magenta, I went a little high on this, but
Yeah, said a 4x4 for G6 this baby shit for me. 100,000, couple M's don't make a G. Pass me in my bag and put that 40 right on my leg. Yeah, know it's how it day. Yeah, shawty, wish you think I'm about to cut up 25 for my name. I told him my selling is a move it to the bank. Yeah, and you know they're tryna lay down with the man. Way out on the man. Right now I'm on the man. Say that she love me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, yeah she think. Yeah. Say she adore me, Christy in the origin. Fuck with me some money. Baby, ain't no more time for you. All the love and back the money too. Yeah, when money come to stones, I just stick and move. No way, got me spending with my waivers. Yeah, since we young as we was dreaming about a Maybach. Yeah, I'm looking for my 41 days now. Yeah. She said that she love me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, yeah she think. Yeah. Say she adore me, Christy and they origin. Fuck with me some money.
alright, we're testing to see if it's going to be break a purple for our down today. So we're at the 50-50 right now, pretty much. We're pretty much at the 50-50. Let's see what happens. Check the higher time frame. We might have some bullish volume coming in. Looks like the bearish volume is a lot more. Let's just give it some time. Alright, so if this wants to head down, what we want to see is, we want to see maybe a shoulder right here, the head form here, and another shoulder right before it heads out. Clean up the chart just a bit. We'd like a little bit more strength. Maybe grab some liquidity off of VWAP, and we'll see what's going to happen. So we want to see if it rejects underneath VWAP or gets some strength from VWAP. Now ideally for this down scenario, we'd like to see a little bit more strength to the upside for a nice fake out. Make sure we get all the stops, because it'd be too easy like this. If it was, the setup was exactly like this, it'd be too easy. So for the call scenario, we're looking at something like this. Okay, so at this juncture right here, if you're trying to figure out a play, here's what you got to contend with, right? Our low a day is at 598.51. So what we'd like, ideally, we'd like for this to play out, right? This shoulder, I like a stronger head to form, but you got a little head right here, and maybe another shoulder before it heads down. The problem with that is your risk to reward is right back to 598.52, right? Because this is the low a day. So let's say it breaks purple, your risk is going to be here, that it's because we might be just continuing this cut. So that's the risk you're taking right there. Your risk to reward over here at this juncture right now. Okay, so you took from breaking magenta to VWAP. See, that's the thing. When you don't hesitate, then you have the option to make money. Or, so if you went long here, you bought a call here. If you don't hesitate, you have, you know, whatever the upside is. And on your downside, your stop is very small. Your stop loss is very small. That's why it's better to not hesitate and to go with whatever your plan is and let it play out. That's where you gotta exercise patience.
me, yeah. Can't hold now, yeah. Like I'm in too deep, 10 toes down, yeah. It's hard to tell, but I feel like ain't nobody else cares. Gotta know by now. You know,
Just gonna clean up the chart just a bit.
wish they see my face, see my face, see my face. Baby, all the time, I'm on it. Come on, it down, I'm on it. And might get some money, I'm on it. You don't gotta send for me, I'm in my way. I'm on my way.
So if your thesis was breaking magenta to VWAP, you should have been out on VWAP. Meaning when it touches there. Let's see what we got.
Well, I think that you forgot, but what you saw in me. Hard to love, but please don't be the one who got away. Just the humming, talking when I come and humming. Hate the fact that we ain't spoken in some weeks. Blood on hands, but we just rinse it and repeat. Let's speak a language that we both know how to read. See, baby, all the time, I'm on it. Come on, it down.
So I put this range on the 30-minute. It's pretty much from 600 to 595. I just see that we're stuck in this range of liquidity. So I don't think the market has any direction until we break one side or the other. So if we're looking at the 30-minute, we either need to break up or down.
Based off the things you post online, I can't help but think you gotta stay off that. Embrace the fact I won't brace myself for no downfall. Know they pray on that. If loving you will make me crazy, girl, then giving up on you will make a psychopath. I'm on my way, I wait out back. Shawty, is she worried if I might show? Damn, it's hard to care for a side though. Out here with my mans in a night show. Drinking party, yeah, we keep the lights low.
Alright, since we're going to use VWAP today, just like how we broke, retested, we're looking to see if we're going to break, retest, and reject VWAP, or if we're going to do it to the other side, which is a break, retest, and reject off of VWAP to the other side.
It's costing the rain on me. I've been down and out, but a nigga still breathing. Say my prayers for the check. Straight shooter like I'm walking with a tech. Move deep and I'm pounding on my chest. You know what I want. You know what I need. Ice cold bitch when I'm sipping my tea. I don't mean it. Feeling myself, feeling my knees. Feel like repercussions ain't gon' ever catch me. Heard what I said and I can't help it. I ain't never gonna rest, never gonna test me, check me. I need you here for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you hurt by me. I need. Okay, yeah, I'm a touchdown in the matrix. Yeah. Shawty send me your location. 120 on the freeway speeding. Big check, blue pills, I'm beating. Young boy finna do my thing. Get the FBI, put a case on me. Feel like everything gon' cave on me. Shawty, hold on, have faith in me. see her every day. She just wants somebody for the night. You call, I'll be on my way. Hard to love me when you got nothing to chase. She just wants somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Ay, run it up no more. Ay, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Ay, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Ay, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh, catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no.
Now we're almost getting to a point where a bolt down will be invalid, right? We're almost about to invalidate this bolt down possibility. Remember, it goes off of the price, not necessarily my drawing. Meaning, if you have a bolt down scenario in your head that you see possible playing out, that it's still valid. We need to get above 599.43 for it to be invalid, technically speaking. You know, it could always fake us out, but
catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Piece of me, piece of my, took some time. I'm just reaping what I sow, so for sure.
now we want to know, do we build up enough liquidity for a break of purple to be the down? Let's see. Didn't break purple yet. Looks like it wants to. But then your risk to reward is right to the low a day. Is it me or no? 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 I'll be right back.
Now they feeling different when the money so fast. I got late low key. Shawty keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch mode, yeah. Only switch names in sports, that's fact. I ain't paying notice.
Okay, I'm back. Let's see what we got. I'm just hovering around VWAP.
Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip, new crib. Tell your shawty listen from the city, from the sticks. And no matter where I throw it, yeah, she know it's gon' stick. Shawty isn't me, no babe. Shawty isn't me, no, yeah. Isn't me, isn't me, or no. Isn't me, or no. Isn't me, or no. Isn't me, or no. Heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. Yeah, she want a Louis and a VV. Riding around the CG. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know
Now remember, you got to measure your risk to reward right here, right? So it's from the break of purple to this next key level. And then if we get below that, then it'll be to the low a day.
About my lows and all my highs. I'm trying to see the light, this shit is quiet. All the greed and the lust. Cause you want a piece of the pie. All that shit is bleeding me dry. I don't want your piece in the west. Roll on me your CG. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. Yeah, she want a Louis and a VV. Riding around the CG. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. Yeah, they ain't never got it with a dog like me. How we got cheddar singing dog right me. Gotta keep it settled, gotta keep it low key. Money like me, money like. Bitch, I'm in the city with a coke fiends. How they talking money when the money don't speak? Money in his knee, but like it came from the street. Shawty in Vienna, gotta get it with me. Shawty know, gotta know, only know I'm like that. Set, straight back to the crib, switch cars, I'm right back. Left, and he knows that he can't. I didn't go left, no, when I move way to left, yeah. Shawty won't slide, try to know me. I can never get it too close, me. Cause she heard I got it on me, yeah. Couldn't pull it up like me, shit. Now she tryna load up my phone, shit, I'm in the booth going ghost, nah. Now they heard I got it on me, yeah. Now they hear I got it on me, yeah. Fresh out the scene, bitch, I'm the best out the scene. Bulletproof if you know what I mean. Lately I just been questioning things. How you wanna stay with me for nights? Baby, I just wanna treat you right. Yeah, I'm thinking late through the night. And baby, you can stay if you like. Ain't no stress in this stretch legs. Baby, know I'm different. Hit my text when you downstairs. You know that I'm different. off with G63, this baby shit for me. 100,000, couple M's don't make a G. Cash me in my bag and put that 40 right on my leg. Yeah, know it's how it day. Yeah, shawty, wish you stay. I'm about to cut up 25 for my lane. I told him my selling is a move it to the bank. Yeah, and you know they're tryna lay down with the man. Way out with the man. Right now with the man. Say that she love me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, yeah she think. Yeah, yeah, say she adore me, Christy and the origin. Fuck with me some more. Baby, 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 ain't more time for you. All the love them back and back, the money too. Yeah, when money come to storms, I just stick and move. No way, got me spending with my waves. Yeah, since we young as we was dreaming about a Maybach. Yeah, I'm looking for my 41 days now. She said that she love me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, yeah she think. Yeah, 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 say she adore me, Christy and they origin. Fuck with me some more.
Okay, there we go. So break a purple, you would have had to survive the retracement. Now you can start moving your stop or collecting profit wherever you got in. So here's how you play that, right? There's two options you can do. You could go in on the break and you got to hold for dear life for the retracement, or wait for the retracement, right? So you go in on the break or hold for the retracement, either one. But you got to be able to survive the retracement. And we also knew where take profit was going to be, right? So if it breaks purple, your first take profit right here. Your next one, 598.48, and then below that we're looking at the 5 day.
Let it come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Shawty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side of Libra. Let it come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. 15 right to my safe, 15 right to my bank. Long as my circle tight, long as my circle pay. If she gon' make my man, if she gon' make my man, I need my Beyonce. Gotta stay tough, gotta stay tough, stay tough. Then I'ma bug and call, say then I'ma bug and call. I'ma put down when it get like that, I'ma hold out till maybe.
And if you didn't take any trades up to this point, there's nothing wrong with that, because there's no real setups. the break of this purple would have been something, but we knew where the target was, right? Exactly on this 598.81. So if you took break of purple, hit the target, easy money. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we form another purple. I haven't. Again, the ideal scenario for a down would be if we gain some strength from somewhere. So for the down, we want to see a move up like that. That's what we want to see for the down. At this point where we are now. Meaning your next entry for your put scenario, you want to see a pullback. If you didn't already get in on break of purple, now you're just chasing it, right? Yeah, we got to break this range right here. We got to break this range. We'll make our imaginary range this pink.
You forgot but what you saw in me. Caught a love, but please don't be the one who got away. Just a humming, talking when I come in harmony. Hate the fact that we ain't spoken in some weeks. Blood on hands, but we just rinse it and repeat. Let's speak a language that we both know how to read. See, baby, hold it down, I'm on it. Come on, it down, I'm on it. That monk get some money, I'm on it. You look, I learned some things. And taught a nigga how to earn your trust. I'm not concerned with them, I know you heard some things. Look, I ain't perfect, I'm hurting, babe. That make two of us the way you purchase things. The surface level not serving us. I gotta let you in so you interpret things the way I meant. And may I vent based off the things you post online. I can't help but think you gotta stay off that. Embrace the fact I won't brace myself for no downfall. No, they pray on that. If loving you will make me crazy, girl, then giving up on you will make a psychopath. I'm on my way, I wait out back.
Shawty, is she worried if I might show? Damn, it's hard to care for his side though. Out here with my mans in a night show. Drinking party, yeah, we keep the lights low. I've been by mine all the way. Ice cold, what a nigga gotta say now. Sipping any, we be mobbing through the night though, yeah. Moving like we trapping out of Vando. I need you here for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you heard about me. I need. Oh, let's go, I got money on me. New city, new bitch, new kid. This call's finna rain on me. I've been down and out, but a nigga still breathing. Saying my prayers for the check. Straight shooter like I'm walking with a tech. Move deep and I'm pounding on my chest. You know what I want. You know what I need. Ice cold bitch when I'm sipping my tea. I don't mean it. Feeling myself, feeling my knees. Feel like repercussions ain't gon' ever catch me. Heard what I said and I can't help it. I ain't never gonna rest, never gonna test me. Check.
Alright, we broke the range to the upside, so now let's see if the target is going to be around 600 where we open. It's going to be our next target.
Touchdown in the matrix, yo. Shawty send me your location, 120 on the freeway, speeding. Big check, blue pills, I'm beating. Young boy finna do my thing. Get the FBI, put a case on me. Feel like everything gon' cave on me. Shawty, hold on, have faith in me, You don't wanna, oh I gotta, but I gotta. You don't wanna, like you wanna see her every day. She just wants somebody for the night. You call, I'll be on my way. Hard to love me when you got nothing to chase. She just wants somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Ay, run it up, I'm mobbing. None of y'all niggas, they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Ay, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Ay, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Sighting, she be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Been there and I never been the same, yeah. Been there, but I'm not the one to blame. I just need somebody for the night, yeah. Shawty wanna use me, yeah. I don't need you no more.
Alright, let's see if we get a little bit of strength.
Wanna use me, yeah.
We want to get back above, close above 599.62.
I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna
There we
use
go.
me, yeah. Yeah. Ay, run it up on
And then the
all.
target 600.
None of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Ay, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Ay, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh, oh. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no.
Because if you remember, I told you at a certain point, the bolt down is invalid, right? So that point was, whatever I said at the time the price was. So that bolt down was invalid past a certain point. There you go. See how much strength we get out of this.
It's a me or no. 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 They don't even know me. Now they feeling different when the money so fast. I got lace low key. Shawty keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch mode, yeah. Only switch names in sports, that's fact. I ain't pay notice.
Alright, we're almost at profit target 1.
You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she gave no love for me. Oh, yeah. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she moves so sexually. It's a me or no. 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 Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip, new crib. Tell your shawty listen from the city, from the sticks. And no matter where I throw it, yeah, she knows.
Alright, so the play was the break above this pink. Hopefully to hit this profit target. almost there. Alright, so if you're waiting for an entry, wait for the pullback.
All the greed and the lust, cause you want a piece of the pie, all that shit is bleeding me dry, I don't want your piece in the vice, hold it down for me, these act like bitches all the time, these days, I ain't even gon' lie, don't let me down, I've been throwing these hundreds on a dime, spent 7 on that, bring no wedding vows, all that smoking made me tired, 22's a call it Tyra and Mariah, talk about my lows and all my highs, I'm trying to see the light, this shit is quiet. All the greed and the lust, cause you want a piece of the pie, all that shit is bleeding me dry, I don't want your piece in the vice, Roll on in your CG, know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60, that she wanna Louis and a VV, riding on the CG, know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. They ain't never got it with a dog like me. How we got cheddar singing dog right me. Gotta keep it settled, gotta keep it low key. Money like me, money like bitch, I'm in the city with a coffee. How they talking money when the money don't speak? Money in this neighbor like it came from the street.
If you didn't take any trades, nothing wrong with that, because this is a choppy environment. There's no real direction, no real movement. We had this break of purple here, but we knew exactly where the profit target was going to be to the dime. It hit exactly on that profit target. The next setup was breaking out of the range of this pink. So this pink, if you took that, decent profit. Decent profit. Let's see, what am I at? Maybe like 20 bucks. A little over $20. If you would have taken it, well, depending on what delta. I'm probably gonna, we'll see what happens. I'll take profit when it breaks purple. I'm getting closer to the purple, so I'm probably gonna start tightening up my stop so I can at least leave with something. Set a 4x4 for G6, this baby shit for me, 100,000, couple M's don't make a G, Cash me in my bag and put that 40 right on my leg, yeah, know it's how it day, yeah, shawty, wish you stay, I'm about to cut up 25 for my name, I told him my selling is I move it to the bank, yeah, and you know they tryna lay down with the man, way out with the man, right now I'm with the man, say that she love me, Christy and they owe me, this is how she take, yeah, she take. Say she adore me, Christy in the origin, fuck with me some money. Baby, ain't no more time for you. All the love and back the money too. I'm gonna start moving my stop. I'll take profit if it breaks purple. I was able to get this little green. I was able to move my stop a little bit more, so I have a good amount of contracts, so I'm not trying to risk what I don't need to risk. So I'll let this play out along this purple. So I got in on at exactly at probably this candle right here, 16. Now I'm just riding it up purple. So I just missed my profit target, which was on this green candle. I just missed it, so it's okay. I didn't get everything I could, but I got a good amount. So whatever happens from here, it happens. No big deal. Take your wins, move on, wait for the next setup. What does the next setup look like? It's on the screen right here. Otherwise, we want to look for maybe a shoulder, maybe a head, maybe another shoulder back underneath 599.45. So remember, at this point, you should be looking for call entries. And why is that? Because you see that we had all this momentum here stop out everybody going down. Everyone that had puts over here, they all got stopped out. So now what we want to see is the pullback and the strength up. Now this, there it is. There it is. If I would have held it just a little bit longer, it's all right. It's all good. Still made money. Clean up this chart just a bit.
Hard to tell when I'm making this shit, I'm making this shit look good. Fuck on my shoulder, nice thing on it. Shawty's fuck around like no way. Thought on my own, fuck on my shoulder, yeah. I'ma be colder, yeah. I'ma be colder. Fuck on my shoulder, fuck on my shoulder, nice thing on it. Shawty's fuck around like no way. Thought on my own, fuck on my shoulder, yeah. I'ma be colder, yeah. I'ma be colder. On a Jackie, fishy, oh. Throw my bank, but throwing that back like whoa.
All right, so breakup blue is gonna be our down. Look at the money. There it is. Right, so remember I told you, don't worry about the drawings on the screen. It's about where the price is at. Where is the price? It doesn't matter where I draw it. The important part is the flexion point of the price point. So now this cup right here from the morning has closed. Now we want to look for a pullback and the continuation. If the pullback gets below, you know, like firmly below 599.45, then you need to start looking out for the head and shoulder, right? If we get below this price like this, then you need to start looking for the head and shoulder. Otherwise, this handle's still in play. Now, could it just shoot up from here like this? It could. Ideally, we'd like to see a pullback right here. Like exactly right here, we'd like to see a pullback.
Well, I think that you forgot but what you saw in me. Hard to love, but please don't be the one who got away. Just don't hum it, talking when I come and hum it. Hate the fact that we ain't spoken in some weeks. Blood on hands, but we just rinse it and repeat. Let's speak a language that we both know how to read. See, baby, hold it down, come on, come on, it down, mama. Let me get some money, mama. You gotta say for me, I'm in my way. I'm on my way. Yeah, I learned to cope, I learned to tank, I learned to float, like I learned some things. And taught a nigga how to earn your trust, I'm not concerned with them, I know you hurt some things. Look, I ain't perfect, I'm hurting, babe, that make two of us the way you purchase things. The service level not serving us, I gotta let you in so you interpret things the way I meant, and may I vent. Based off the things you post online, I can't help but think you gotta stay off that. Embrace the fact I won't brace myself for no downfall, know they pray on that. If loving you will make me crazy, girl, then giving up on you will make a psychopath. I'm on my way, I wait out back,
Now remember, you're fighting the uptrend, right? So you want to take profit when you can. So if you took this break of purple here, you got to take profit when you can, because you're fighting the uptrend. Don't get greedy. Okay, there we go. See the pullback I was telling you about? Exactly where the pullback should have been, because we go off the price, not just the drawing. 80% of the times the drawing hits, but you know, you want to go off the price. Now if we break this magenta, start thinking about cutting chalks, right? Of course you're going to see a couple of green candles, so you're going to see 1 or 2 green candles, but look at this pullback. Exactly on the break of purple. Easy money. This is too easy. Too easy. See how we're still inside this magenta? Still inside the magenta. You can expect 1 or 2 green candles. And then when we get below 599.45, now you need to start thinking about the other way, right? You need to start looking for put entries. Right now we're still looking for the long entry. Why? Because we're on the uptrend. But on this pullback, if you're trying to scalp, right? Break a purple until technically single contracts, break of this magenta. If we get like a little green candle, that's just continuation, and I'll extend this out a little bit. I'll extend that magenta because you're gonna see 1 or 2 green candles, right? It's not gonna just go straight down. So if you're scalping, you took the break of purple, you get out on the break of magenta. Quick base hit. Yeah, it's Monday. No one wants to be in the office today. And the market's being a little bit finicky. Yeah, I like Mondays too. Market's being a little bit finicky. It's a nice pullback. Real nice pullback right here. See it? Perfect. I'll extend this out just a little bit. So we knew we were going to see 1 or 2 green candles on this pullback, right? There's going to be 1 or 2. So you can't let those 1 or 2 scare you out. What's going to happen is, if you keep letting the 1 or 2 candles scare you out, then your losses will never overcome your wins, because you got to let your winners win. If they're winning, just let them win. Let them, try to drain everything you can out of it. Or, if you hit a profit target, then take your profit, right? For us, well, for me personally, it was break of this pink that we put up here, this range that we put, the break of that range, to 600. That was mine. So, and look at this beautiful pullback. Exactly where we said it was going to happen, right? On the break of purple. So then let's say you went in on, oh, I went on break of purple over here, right? On this red candle. It broke purple right here, and I went in on the break of purple. So your stop should have been right here. So your break of purple is at 599.80. Your stop should have been at 599.95. You're talking about maybe $10. And if you got stopped out for the $10 loss, oh well. 84% rule, you see it breaking again. You 84% rule, now you made back your $10 loss. Plus you made profit. What is the 84% rule? 84% of the time that when your setup presents itself again, that it'll be a winner. 84% of the time. What does that look like? Our setup was break of purple, right? Break of purple for the win. Break of purple for the win is what we're looking for. So our setup is going to be break of purple. So it broke purple once, it stopped you out. Broke purple twice, 84% rule, you get back in, and now look at all the money you made. So 84% of the time, if your setup presents itself again, it'll work 84% of the time. And look at the pullback. Exactly what I told you it was going to pull back. This would be ideal if it pulled back right here on this break of purple. That'd be ideal. Look at this pullback. Absolutely perfect. Back to VWAP. Now let's see what we do at VWAP. Now we want to see if we get underneath VWAP and make VWAP some type of resistance, or if we reject continuing on this cup and handle. But this was a great pullback. Look, this is absolutely perfect. It's exactly what we wanted out of this. I gave you guys the answers to the test. I said right here is the ideal for the pullback. Right here. I said it exactly when it was happening. Now if you want to wait for this here, nothing wrong with that, right? The bolt, nothing wrong with that. Now if we start getting underneath this blue, start thinking about something else, right? And then you got to measure risk to reward. Where's the next target? Down to 598.81. Alright, so what's the setup we're looking for here? We want to see if we form a shoulder, a head, and another shoulder. So if you took the break of blue, you know, it could just dump right here. Or, right, if you get in right on the break of blue, here's what you're risking. You're risking that, here's your setups. It's going to just continue to go down. Right? It's going to shoot down and you make a whole bunch of money. Or it's going to break, retest the blue, and reject underneath the blue, which would also coincide with rejecting underneath 599.45. So if you took the break of blue, you got two options. You're waiting for the retracement, or you're going to go in on the retracement. Or you're going to go on the break of blue, right? So you go in here and you hold on for dear life. Your stop should be probably at VWAP, I would say. But if you took break of blue, you're in profit. Now, if you want to, again, if you want to wait for the break, retest, and reject, that's one option. But if you went in just on the break of blue, then you know you gotta hold it. You gotta wait for the retracement to happen. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss your entry. Because there's always another setup around the corner. Always. You didn't miss anything. Alright, so here's what you should be asking yourself, or the serious conversation you should be having with yourself. You see all this liquidity we built up in blue. So what you want to do is see another blue form and then break this other blue. Another purple form, and then break the purple to let you know that the next thing that's gonna break is the blue. So we're seeing if this shoulder, head, and shoulder is gonna play out. Or, remember, or here's your next setup. It was you can't see it, but are we having this, and this? So you're at a 50-50 right here. So wait till you see if we form some support on this 599.45, this pink, or if it forms resistance. If it forms resistance, the resistance is above us. That means we're gonna look for puts. If it forms support, we're gonna look for calls. Okay, break a blue. Let's see if we hit our next target, 598.81. And then if we break 598.81, the next target's going to be 598.49. It's probably a little more clear on the 5-minute. That head and shoulders we're looking at. I'm going to clean the chart up just a bit. So based on where we are right now, clean this chart up. Oof. Yeah, we're at the 50-50 right now. Between this cup and handle and the forming of this other shoulder. We are at the 50-50, so
up on my whip, Benzes and BMs, like that make no sense, fall back too close, you ain't even on me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. It's the end of York, and then like they owe me. Ain't no will, ain't no time in this street. It's the top of the shelf, it's that stretch to get me, and it's closer to the chest when you pockets too.
I got another few minutes on here. I have a medical appointment I need to attend today. Got another few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes or so.
To leave, let it come round, don't tell like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Shorty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side to leave. Let it come round, don't tell like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. 15 right to my safe, 15 right to my bank. Long as my circle tight, long as my circle pay. If she gon' make my man, if she gon' make my man, I need my Beyonce. Gotta stay tough, gotta stay tough, Then I'ma bug and call, then I'ma bug and call. I'ma put down when it get like that, I'ma hold out till maybe. Even God when I always gon' say, how you been good and driving. Shorty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side to leave. They come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Stacks in the leader, all of us teed up. 16 fees now, paying my fees up. All of us teed up, we gon' whip down like yeah, you know. Money so loud they heard it, know. Yes, you know we found a way. On my body spill the surf. I don't know, ain't no other way. I'm on way, I'ma go down when it get like that. I'ma hold out till maybe. Even God when I always gon' say, how you been good and driving. Shorty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side to leave. They come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Fuck on my shoulder, lights been on it, try to fuck around like no it. Turn on my own eye, fuck on my shoulder, I'ma be colder, I'ma be colder. Fuck on my shoulder, fuck on my shoulder, lights been on it, try to fuck around like no it. Turn on my own eye, fuck on my shoulder.
Okay, YouTube, that's been my time. Discord, I'll still be here for a little bit. I'm gonna shut down the YouTube though.